our first character wanted to be a fighter, a male fighter, because honestly, there are only male fighters. Because there are no female fighters. Because females are all magic users or elves. There's no female dwarf, there's no female halflings. There are female magic users and clerics, and that's it. There are no female fighters. This game does not know what it's talking about. So our main hero, Rick, wanted to fight and fight and fight. And with a 16 dexterity, he might actually stand a chance to survive longer than everybody else. Then, our second fighter, with 14 dexterity and 9 strength, which is nothing like a fighter, but doesn't matter because his name is Jack. I said his name! I said his! Make him a freaking male! No, you're not gonna add a Z to it and make it look good! Make him a male! Finally. Now our third fighter, with a 13 dexterity and a 17 strength. It would be my favorite, and since he wanted to be green, his name obviously had to be Mitch. And the music played as the characters all decided on what titles they would be called. 3 were done, now the 4th person had to decide their name as well. Of course, they'd all be different colors, just like the links of 4 swords, so people could tell who they were, but there would be no violet, because violet is a gay color. That's a damn fact. So in his chance to not be gay, he went with the yellow color, and he was thinking on what his name should be. Then it hit him. His name would not start with A, because Adam is not a good name. Bob is a better name. Our yellow hero decided to be Bob for the time being, and then he decided to be Bob again. So Rick, Jack, Mitch, and Bob were all ready to fight. They were in a strange new world. There is a new enemy here. We need allies to survive, but the guards must defend our castle. We've got to explore places, I guess. Rick and his friends have got to explore the entire tri-state area and find the survivors and bring them here for help and shit. So here they are in the king's castle. Rick and his friends quickly walked around and exited the main castle area, and then walked over to buy weapons. Then they looked at the weapons, but they all sucked because they weren't swords, and they all have swords. So fuck that. Because swords are better than fucking daggers. So they all walked to the armor area. You know what was funny? They had no armor but a shield. So they all looked at their inventory and realized that they were naked because they had no leather armor. So they went and bought some. All 4 of them bought leather armor because none of them wanted to be naked. And they looked at their inventory to make sure they were wearing the leather armor, because if they weren't, they would be naked and arrested and thrown in jail, and then their mission would fail. Then they walked into the little church, and they talked to this guy who said, I can't heal you, you're not hurt. So the one guy stabbed his partner in the foot, and he was healed. They continued to walk around to the main part of town, around the fountain, to what looks like a restaurant but it looks like, honestly, that they're washing their hands in a sink. Because I can't tell which one's a spoon and which one's a fork. Maybe they're using sporks. I don't know. But then they talk to that guy. Some spells don't work in this line. We're fighters. We don't need spells. Beware of the swamps. Okay. We will beware of the swamps, but why should we beware of the swamps? There are dinosaurs in the swamps. Wait, what? Dinosaurs? Rick is angry. Rick was angry at dinosaurs because they killed his parents. He wants to kill them and go face them anyway, but that wouldn't be the smart choice. Mainly because the dinosaurs are like 20 times bigger than him and will eat his frickin' face. And last time Rick's face got eaten, that wasn't such a good idea. So, after screwing around a little bit more, walking into this place and looking for items, which they got a magical shield, but it was too expensive for anyone to buy, so they... Oh, it's magic. Never mind, it was a magical spell! Yeah, that's a good thing for naming it the shield, and a spell, whatever. And a caravan routes. But there were none, because they hadn't left the town and secured some anyway. They went back down and realized we've been there before, and then they went out of the place, out of the city. As they're talking to the knights, they realized the beastmen come from the north and northwest, so they decided to head that way, continuing to head north and northwest. The four heroes had no idea what the fuck they were doing. All they knew is that they had to walk north and northwest. They didn't even know how to fight, because they were just regular civilians given armor and swords. They didn't even train with them. They were told to just swing them around madly at random things, which is what they were doing here, swinging them randomly around at things like that tree. And 7 hairy beastmen surrounded the group. Would the group survive? Probably not, because they were wearing leather armor, and the beastmen seemed to have very tough armor. And then our yellow man, known as Bob, decided to attack one beastman, but it missed. And then our blue man, Jack, decided to go attack the same beastman, and missed. Then Rick decided to attack the beastman, missed. The beastman missed Rick. And then Jack hit, missed. And then missed. And the beastmen were attacking Bob, because Bob is a bad name apparently in Beastmen. It means your mama sucks. So they were attacking Bob. Everybody tried to attack, and then Mitch was the first one hit. That was Mitch. Mitch just got hit. Mitch and Jack got hit, took damage. Bob decided to run and attack the Beastman over there, because he was being pissed off because he was getting killed. Missed. Mitch is like, fuck, because he's basically surrounded by 2 beastmen. They kept one and actually hit. Yay! Mitch celebrates because he actually did damage. So Rick takes one and hits. Rick did damage. Yay! Here comes Jack. Jack attacking that guy. Did no damage. Uh-oh. Bob's in trouble. They all hate Bob. I told you Bob means something bad to the Beastman. They're all killing him. And Bob hits another strike. And Bob is dead. They killed Bob because Bob was a terrible name to begin with. And then they killed Mitch because Mitch was almost a woman. So it was between Rick and Jack to try and fix everything. It was 2 against 7. So Jack attempted to strike at the Beastman closest to him, but missed. And Rick did too. Missed. Jack was getting missed by everybody. Thank God, maybe Jack would survive this. Jack made a strike and hit, and Rick missed. And Jack got hit again and died, and it was only between Rick and everybody else. Rick missed, and then Rick was almost dead, but everybody was striking him and he wouldn't die. They all wanted Rick to die, but Rick wouldn't die. Rick would persevere, but die. But then, they weren't actually dead. They were just sleeping. and they all got gravestones to make it look like they were dead, but they weren't.